Say, yo, what up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Deck Doctor here on the channel. Today, we're going to be going over Iida 3, and this was submitted by, let me go check their name, Ryan Kendall. Big shout out to Ryan Kendall. Thank you guys, thank you so much for the support. And his pitch is nice and simple. The elevator pitch is very simple. I'm fairly new to the game and garbage at deck building. I would like for you to assist me in building the most unfun Iida deck to silence my buddy Brian, the hater. So, shout outs to Ryan. All my homies hate Brian. So first and foremost, we have an issue. It is with a Y, Vex, and I appreciate the correction. We have an issue with the deck because it is a void deck, and I have the doctoring, the fixing that I have done has kept it void. Reverse throw does not have the void symbol, so the very first thing that has to happen is this card has to leave. From here, I have to go double check and make sure everything else is void, and I believe it does. Yep. Okay. From here, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about the cards that I have added into your sideboard. And then we can, talk about it, okay? I'll make the choices, right? But I'm going to leave all of these cards in your sideboard so that once you hear my explanation, if you want to make some changes yourself, you're more than welcome to. So, let's start off nice and easy with a Roundhouse Exhaust. First off, here's the strengths and weaknesses of Iida. Number 1. As soon as you make something connect, as soon as you make something land, you'll always have a momentum for your EX ability. So, do an awesome EX, get a momentum off the top, and then you can EX on the next move as well. So all of your moves get a ton of speed, just a ton of speed. Combined with, once per turn, my turn, your turn, we can re-ready up a foundation. So if we have cool abilities that commit to do stuff, such as Fusion, Small and Limber, we can take advantage of those really awesome abilities. But it has to be a 1 diff or less. So that it's a 1 diff, a 0 diff, or a face down card, because face downs count as having a printed difficulty of 0. So let's talk about the attacks, right? So Roundhouse Exhaust has an EX2. It's a 4 diff, 5 mid for 5, and if you can figure out how to tack on an extra speed, you commit a rival foundation. Selective committal is very good. It's just good. Blitz Knee has EX2, gets a speed for every kick in your card pool. The only issue with this card is it is very weak, but it is a 3 diff. Engine Boost. If it's speed is 6 or greater, you get a momentum. Incredibly good to wombo combo with Recipro Burst, right? So if I already have a momentum, I can use my character to discard the momentum for EX3, respond, snap the momentum back with Iida, enhance its speed is 6 or greater, so you grab another momentum. So now on my Recipro Burst, I can spend both of my momentum to give it plus 6 speed, respond, snap my momentum, spend it for plus 6 damage. So this card wombo combos into my burst. Feels very, very good. Fierce Whirlwind, not a kick, and that is one of the big things that people fall in the trap with Iida, is they watch the show and they go, oh, Iida's a kicky boy. That's not actually true. You don't need to play kicks. No, the word kick does not exist on this character card at all. It says EX and 1 diff or less foundations. And so this card does everything that the character wants to do. It has EX, so it is a 6 high for 5, and you destroy foundations to ready foundations, and this doesn't have to be 1 diffs. Airstream Driver, if they block, you just slam them. Jet Stream Crash is a kick so that your reciprocal acceleration kicks work a little better. Rebound Sidekick is a momentum generation for sure, whether it be on that turn because it was blocked, or the turn after because it goes to momentum naturally. Training Knife Slice, beautiful EX card that forces them to discard a card out of their hand, whether by blocking, which is probably what's going to happen, or if not blocked, they discard. Falling Thruster Kick, it combos with an EX move, which hopefully our entire deck is, or 99% of our deck is, in order for us to get 3 damage. So it becomes like a 5 high for 7 on a 5 diff. It's a 4 diff printed, but it's got a combo. Hard Uppercut, thank you, chat. This move has EX2 on it, so it's a 5 low for 5, sometimes a 5 low for 9. It's got a 0 high block. I think this card's very good in your deck. Reciprocal Extend, enhance, draw 1 card, period. That's a good ability. And then high engine kick, discard a card, it gets +2 or +4 speed based on the card you discarded, and then you draw a card. So all of these attacks are very good. And I think that all of them can find room inside of your deck, truthfully. The biggest thing is you have to figure out what kind of a deck do you want to be. Reciprocal Burst is the no-brainer, right? That's the card that makes the most sense for you to play. It's got your big dumb face on it. It's a really sick ultra rare. It's a dunk. It's one of the I'll kill you cards, right? But the thing is so is Reciprocal Acceleration Kick. It also hits really, really hard. But the biggest issue with this card is that it forces you to play a kick package. And truthfully, right now, I even said somebody in chat earlier, I think the kick package is not very good right now. I think this is a good card, but I just don't think the kick package gets you there. Flying Thruster Kick is cool and fine. It does everything that this character wants to do. But Engine Rush, I think, is bad. Look at that EX rating. It's so piddly. It's pitiful. I think this card is fine, but it just doesn't deserve to be a 4 of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to make the deck that I would make using the options that I have put inside of your sideboard. Okay? So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take Engine Rush and I'm going to drop it down to a 1 of. I think this card is very, very cool to see on turn 2 in order to take advantage of Iida and have a 5 mid for 5 that potentially draws me 2 cards. I think any other turn that's not turn 2, I think it's fine. I think it's actually just a 5 diff 5 mid for 5 flash move 9 times out of 10. And the fact that like its commit 1 foundation cost, it gets stopped, gets paid back by Iida's in hands once per turn ready a foundation feels really, really good. It essentially just says, hey, my 5 mid for 5, if you don't block, I draw 2. So that's really good. So I could maybe even see myself going up to 2, but I think 1 is fine because I'm gonna take those other 3 slots and I'm just gonna make it engine boost. I think that it's obvious you want to play Reciprocal Burst as the kill card, and so I want to gift that to you, and the way to do that is with Engine Boost. Not to mention the fact that Iida gets to re-ready cards during his turn. This is a 6 mid for 7 pretty much always. Very, very cool. Flying Thruster Kick, I think I'm down to keep. It's got EX, and that's rad. It's got a 1 mid block, which is awesome. The biggest issue here is this card is dead if you don't have momentum, right? We have to have momentum in order to make it happen. So something has to hit. Something's got to hit. Where are we at card-wise? We're at 16? Okay. Reciprocal Acceleration Kick, I'm going to cut this down to a 2 of. And there's 2 schools of thought here, right? I think Reciprocal Acceleration Kick is one of those cards that as you grow and get better with the game, you're going to utilize more. But at the moment, it's not really the engine that we're going to be focusing on. If we were going to play an Acceleration Kick, we'd be playing more things like High Engine Kick and Reciprocal Extend in order to get more value on the Acceleration Kick afterwards. The best thing about Acceleration Kick, truthfully, is you play Acceleration Kick, you enhance, you can remove kick attacks from your card pool in addition to discarding momentum. You remove the Acceleration Kick, so it aborts the attack in order to pay for its own EX2. And then you respond with Iida because you paid the cost of an EX ability and you gain a momentum. So this is a 5 difficulty action that just snaps your momentum, a thing that just doesn't really exist in the game. It also sometimes hits them for 6 and is unblockably fast. It's just a good one. But we do need some more amounts of cards, and I think that my goal here is to make you a 60 card deck, 66 card deck at the top end, and just do your classic numbers of 1/3 attacks, 2/3 not attacks. And so now we have to figure out what the rest of this looks like. So from here, what we've got our blocks kind of covered. Yeah, here, and then so we just need more mids, right? So from here, let's just look at the mid blocks we have available to us. We've got Reciprocal Extend. I'm gonna put this in the main board. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the main board. I'm gonna put this in the main board. So it looks like in order to we got you as well. In order to keep things where they are, it looks like these 5 options are what we're looking at. So I'm gonna do something a little crazy because you're new to the game, and I'm gonna do a combination of what you want and what I want. what you want is to make the world's best Iida deck. What I want is for you to learn why it's the world's best Iida deck. And so I'm going to leave Fierce Whirlwind in at a 1 of. I think this card is really, really cool, and it's one of the coolest combo extenders that you can have. Being able to play Fierce Whirlwind, I've got my 10 foundations, playing Fierce Whirlwind as the 3rd card, destroying 5 of my foundations to ready back up the other 5, and then play my Reciprocal Burst as my next one, knowing I can't fail the check, feels so incredibly good. It feels so, so good. Blitzknee, we're going to get Blitzknee out of here. Rebound Sidekick, I'm going to put to a 2 of, just because I think it does this kind of as the same job as Reciprocal Acceleration Kick. And then so now my real question is, Reciprocal Extend or High Engine Kick? A 4 mid for 4 or a 4 high for 4? There are big debates about what and how you want to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the easier of the 2 cards to play, because you said inside of your thing is I'm fairly new at the game, and I'm going to give you Reciprocal Extend. With that said, this card is better on it's a Venn diagram or a scale, right? Reciprocal Extend gives you a +1 hand size as opposed to a filter. Reciprocal Extend almost will never do 4 damage. If it does 4 damage, it's a miracle. High Engine Kick almost always does 4 damage because it's too fast to interact with a 4 damage move. It's either a 6 high for 4 or an 8 high for 4 that lets you redraw the card. Reciprocal Extend says that your next one gets better. So either there's mind games because I don't have the second one, or it says that this thing gets +2/+4 if I can discard the momentum off of it. There's the thing. So I'm going to give you Reciprocal Extend, and we're going to put it to the 4 of, and we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to take a High Engine Kick and drop it to a 0 inside the main board. 21 attacks? I think that's a fine number. If you find that you are not liking Reciprocal Extend, the easiest swap is to just literally swap. Actually, you know what? Let's do something crazy. Let's get crazy with it, huh? Let's do 2 Flying Thruster Kick and then 2 Extend or High Engine Kick. Let's do 2 and 2, and you'll be able to see, or maybe even we get even more custom with it. We could go 3 and 3. I don't hate that. We could go 3-3. If we make it a 66 card deck, we even go 3 here. 22 cards. Let's look at our block zones. I think we're a little low on our low blocks, but that's okay. 6 high blocks. An absolute metric shit ton of mids, though, which I don't hate. That's fine. We're gonna put tape in this deck. On to that. We now have the actions and assets. Let's look at the actions that I picked. Engine Trouble. Enhance, remove, commit 1 rival asset or foundation. This card's cool. Nullify. This card's cool. And then USJ. This card, hold on. Is this card actually really good with Reciprocal Extend? Hey, my second kick of the turn gets +4/+4. Oh, no. So here's how I feel. I'm going to take USJ, and I'm going to put it in your deck at a 1 of, because I think the card is very good. I think the card is a little hard to play, though. Knowing when to respond when on my opponent's turn is a big deal. I'm also going to put in 1 Engine Trouble, because you are a 7 hand size character, and so losing the 1 card on the turn is not that big of a deal, and we are a little low block light at the moment. I am not going to put Nullify in your deck. As soon as you get a little more experienced and you understand what enhances you need to cancel, I am down for you to put this in your deck. As soon as you learn what the game-breaking enhances, the game-winning enhances are that you need to cancel. The issue with Nullify is it's a skill gap. If you start canceling things all willy-nilly, then you're going to lose. And so we now have 1 asset, 1 action. We'll continue. 2 foundations. First and foremost, I'm gonna clean out. We'll go through and we'll just talk about the foundations. Let's do difficulty. We'll go through the zeros. Acrobatic. After you block with this, remove it from the game, and then destroy for -1 speed. Beautiful. Playable while committed. Insane. Great spam. Easily excited. Inarguably the best. One of the best foundations in the game. It is a Nationals winning foundation. We're definitely gonna put this in. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Mediator -speed. This card's fine. We do have things like heroic lineage, and this is a destroy cost as opposed to the commit. And so, like, that's just, like, a better whatever. We're going to put 4 tape in. We have too many mid-blocks for us not to. Class 1A President is interesting. Flip, if this attack speed is at least double its printed speed, it gets +2 or -2 damage. With the amount of speed that we're giving things, it is possible for us to want to play Class 1A President, but I think there's just other things that we can do instead. Daunting Message is a great low block. We're going to put this in at the 1 of as well. All Worked Up lets us combo extend by giving +1 to the check. We don't really have a way to, we don't really have a way, we don't really have a way to discard it to make the sorry. We don't really have a way to discard it to make the +1/-1 damage available, except for High Engine Kick. But that's like not. It's so niche that I just don't think it's worth including. It's cool. It's just not needed. Think Fast, I think, is insane in your deck, because you get to do it for free once per turn, right? In the same idea as Engine Rush, right? Of commit 1 foundation. If it's not blocked, get +2/+2. Commit one foundation, change the zone, and then you just ready it back up with Iida, and then you get the +1/+1. It's very good. First Impressions is fine. I think we're gonna be fine killing people. Learning Standards is a disruptive card, so is Dissolving the Conflict. Influencing the Youth, Can't Escape Me. All of these cards are really good. They could exist in your sideboard if you want to, but I think it's more important to have an aggro flow deck rather than a defensive disruptive deck at this point. From here, Prone to Dry Eyes is an aggro card, but I just don't think we need it. So from here, we now have a 87 card deck. We got to get this cut down. It looks like mid blocks are the most, but we knew that. Followed by low blocks, followed by high blocks. So it looks like our high blocks are going to be a little tough to cut. I'm going to go ahead and go to difficulty and just look at what our counts are, right? So we're playing 4 Gotcha. I'm going to drop this down to a 3 of. We're playing Easily Excited. Sorry, we're going to play Acrobatic. I'm going to bring this up to a 2 of. Easily Excited, we're going to play it a 4 of. I think having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zero drops is very good. Manly Passionate Guy, I'm going to drop down to a 2 of. Tape has to be a 4. Calling has to be a 4. Small and Limber at a 4 of. This card is interesting, because I guess it says your charge for your kick gets +1. It's going to combo better with Fierce Whirlwind. My biggest thing is how do we destroy cards to get ourselves out of deadlock? I didn't put in the Void. I wish we had a colloquial term for the 1/5 2 block destroy 1 foundation : Chat, I want you to work on this. I want to come up with a colloquial term for the self-sacrifice type cards. Please work on that. Get your best scientists on it. I'm not a fan of Spawn and Limber in this deck, and let me tell you why. I think the response is going to be too hard to hit, and the 4 diff or the 4 check is too rough, and I think we have too many. I mean, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I think checking a 4 here is going to be bad, so I think I'm just going to cut this card. Fusion, I'm a big Fusion hater, but I'm going to put it to a 2 of because I think it has value here. I think it's fun. Training with Gunhead. So I'm about to cut Training with Gunhead completely out of your deck, but you have to figure out if your you didn't tell me if your buddy Brian plays exclusively throw decks. If your buddy Brian Dead Breaks, I don't hate it. Live Lock. I love the juxtaposition between those two. That's so funny. If your buddy Brian plays exclusively throws, then you definitely just have to play this card. I hate this card. I think it's not worth the slot. I think just block. Destroying a foundation to put something to 2, unless it's like Dobby, right, where it's +8 damage and throw. Or you're playing against Jiro. I don't think it's there. Fruits of Our Labor is going to go up to a 3 of. Daunting Message gets to go up to a 3 of. Harden at a 4 of is so interesting. I don't think you need this card. I don't think you need this card at all. I think that the goal should be just like really, really fast moves and then the big dunk at the end. I'm down to leave Harden in at the 1. I like the Lock Breakers. I think Lock Breakers is very good. Good job getting him. Fulfill My Duty. This card's also not that very good. We're gonna put it at 2 of because I think some amount of disruption is good in a deck. Heroic Lineage gets to be a 3 of. Natural Leader gets to be a 2 of. Unexpected Hero gets to be a 0 of. I don't even like this card. This card sucks. And then Confuse gets to be a 2 of. What's that do for us now? 68. I have 2 cards to cut, probably from low blocks. And I wish we had more highs. Tam, why'd you cut all my high blocks? He says. We could put Harden back up to a 3. And we got to take out some amount of lows. Huh. I mean, we just do this, right? Just becomes this, and then we cut 2 mids. Right? Let's go back to block zones. Let's go look at our mids. Resistance at a 4 of easily gets to be a 3 of. We have to keep tape at the 4 of because it's too important. I think Fast gets to leave. Or Fusion. I think Fast might be the answer, although I think Fast is very, very cool. I have had entire tournament runs end off of the back of this card in a non-Sarah deck. I was playing against Froppy in set 1. Yeah, set 1 Froppy. Underwater. And on every attack, they just made it low. Every move. And they had the foundations to do so, right? They would just commit a foundation. Or commit the character, right? And then flip and then re-ready it back up. So, like, this card just, like, won the game. I just didn't hold enough low blocks. So maybe let's... I mean, we could just go Resistance down to a 2 of. Although Stun's really good. I don't like Fusion. I think Fusion's not a good card. Or Teaki. I think Teaki to 1 is fun. 66. My block zones are even. Decent number of attacks, including some amount of draw power. I think this is the deck. I think that this is at least like a closer version of what you're wanting to do, a little bit more consistency, right? And the big thing here is, right, with the only 4 of attack that we're playing is Recipro Burst, right? The rest of all of this is all cool things to like interact with my opponent and make stuff happen, right? Yeah. So there you go. Ryan, thank you for the support. I will send you this video will be live, but you'll at least have the deck for locals and whatnot, or you can come back and watch the VOD. So with that, thank you for the support, man. I greatly appreciate it, and I wish you well.